Welcome to Cultural Studies Podcast, where cultures collide and misunderstandings become lessons. Today, we're going to Malaysia. We're having this author who, from Germany, went on some internship in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. And he had to survey customers in order to optimize the internal process. Well, some business things. And once the project was completed, he scheduled a meeting with the managing director of the company to present him the findings. All right. So on the scheduled day and time, the manager asked him into his office, and he was still on the phone, right? So we're having our German author who came inside the room and sat and waited for 10 minutes and listened to his manager talking on the phone, all right? And after 10 minutes, he was actually asked to start with his presentation. And during the entirety of the presentation, the manager was constantly texting on his phone and mailing some message, and he was on top of that eating. He's finishing his lunch, which was on the table, and so doing all those things. And so our German author in turn felt quite irritated, and he felt offended and depressed. And he definitely thought that during the whole presentation, he had his motivation drained out of him. And he thought he's doing a bad job and that it was a bad preparation and bad presentation. But to his general surprise, the general manager was quite pleased with the presentation and congratulated him and mentioned some findings that were very useful for the organization and actually congratulated him in general for his work, right, to his surprise. So here it's quite interesting because we're having a German intern that is what I would like to call a chemically pure example of polychronism at work, right? He observed a local manager in Malaysia who was juggling multiple tasks simultaneously, something that initially he misinterpreted. So this dimension, which was developed long ago by a famous anthropologist, Edward Hall, polychronism versus monochronism, is about time, right? How we understand time. And so we're having polychronism, which is the ability to be multitasking, all right, or to interact and connect things together. In opposition to monochronism, which involves focusing on one task at a time, all right? So in polychronic cultures, here, Malaysia, at least the manager was like that, people are perfectly comfortable overlapping activities, interruptions. Why? Because they prioritize their actions, and in this priority, the relationship and flexibility gets the priority over the scheduling and following some order. So during a meeting, the manager, of course, he can have lunch because he was busy before, he didn't have time to finish. He can answer a phone, he's taking notes, he's telling the intern to come in, all at the same time. Basically, we are showing here some effectiveness. The intern, he comes from a monochronic background, all right, where he perceived multitasking as a lack of focus, where basically he interpreted it as a lack of interest in his work, right? But he was wrong, all right? The manager was indeed rather engaged into it, and he was able to filter out the key points from the presentation, and he even praised the intern for his work, right? So we see here very practically at work the influence of culture, whether or not we like to prioritize our actions and we tend to multitask, or we prefer to have a schedule and go step by step, and we follow a given schedule. It was a good lesson. The author of this case later on understood the benefits of the other approach, but was able to tell us this nice case. So thank you very much for listening. I hope it was interesting for you. See you next time. And remember, if you think you're normal, don't worry. Probably others don't think you are. This episode is just one drop in an ocean of cross-cultural studies. If you're curious for more, my book, 199 Cross-Cultural Case Studies, offers 198 more cases. Each story is a window into how culture shapes our interactions, often in unexpected ways. Whether you're a student, a professional, or simply curious, those stories will challenge your assumptions and sharpen your global perspective. Check it out! And let's keep the conversation going.